I would move in summary, I would move Duvall now.
Okay.
I would move Duvall now and try to get something like what I said, the outfielder, another relief arm. I'd put Hicks in the bullpen now. I would not wait around.
Eighth inning or your closer?
Eighth inning.
Okay.
Eighth inning right now. He is the guy. I would get Jackson off the team and pick up another right-handed reliever if you can get a Finnegan or something like that. And then I like the committee to close. It's fine. They got enough guys who can get people out.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's fine. And so that's what I would do. But they're in it. They have this pitching last. They should have won that game last night. Snell gave them a great game.
Yeah, Blake Snell looks.
Maybe Hicks will give him a great game tonight, and then Ray tomorrow, and here we go. And then Harrison, and then Webb again, and Birdsong.
Yeah, I think Birdsong pitches in this. They bring him back up for the Saturday doubleheader, one of those games.
Yeah,
I think
they will. Yeah, and
then they'll go right back down.
Well, probably, and you know, I don't know how they're going to maneuver the roster. Who knows? He does something every day.
Yeah, they get that extra man for the doubleheader. I think
seventh man. Yeah,
yeah.
But they've got the pitching. Now they got to get the offense going.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I don't foresee the offense
mistakes. I mean, Soler, getting thrown out of third with nobody out.
Yeah,
all right. It's not the end of the world. It's the first inning, so you take a shot at it.
Yeah, their September schedule is pretty brutal too.
Oh, September. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I got it. Let me pull it up right here. The September schedule is.
Yeah, I got it. There you go. Can you see mine?
Oh yeah. I mean, they got they're at home with Arizona to start and then on the road to 3 in San Diego, 3 at home against Milwaukee and San Diego at home. And
every team is in it.
Yeah, then Baltimore in Kansas City, on to Arizona, and then the final 3. Brandon Crawford comes home. They finish with St. Louis.
Yeah, every team is in it.
Yeah, their softest schedule is really they're in the middle of it right now. I mean, this series with the Dodgers is tough.
My point. Don't wait around.
Yeah,
make the moves now. These are the games you have to win. And I said this on the weekend. Don't wait. Don't say, "Oh, let's see how they do in these next 7 games," and because they're not going to be that far away no matter what they do. And we're going to be having this conversation in September.
Correct. You give, as they say, you can't win a pennant in April, but you sure can lose it. And they have squandered so many games by not bringing in certain guys. Their best stretch of the year, and I know Luciano struggled a little bit at shortstop for a few games, but that team looked different. It looked more energetic. It had Matos, Ramos, and Luciano. They went 8-1.
And the league caught up with
it caught up, but
it's okay. Your guys have to. The guys who are getting paid have got to produce over the summer where we are now. The dog days, young legs. The young players have to help you because the veterans are getting tired. Young legs. Then in September, the veterans take over. Conforto, Soler, Chapman.
Yeah. Now, are you back up in the city over the weekend with the Colorado series?
No, I won't be up until August.
Okay, till August. Okay, all right. So, we got these 6 remaining. Let's see, 7 remaining games. We're just shortly away from tonight's ball game, and we're looking at, again, we talked about Hicks going against the Dodgers and Knack. You got to win 2 of these next 3. You can't go 1-3 and come home 6 games under 500.
No, you really can't. You should take all. You should win 4 against Colorado.
You should. I mean, I think they have a good shot at winning 3 against Colorado at
Well,
home.
you take 2 or 3 against the Dodgers and 3-1 against Colorado. That's 5-2, and all of a sudden now your record is 53-55, and you haven't lost much ground. You probably gotten closer to everybody.
That 53. When you said 53-55, that's stamped in my brain. I was camping in 1987 with some friends, and the Giants had a 4-game series with the Cincinnati Reds at home. They were 53-55. They trailed the Reds by 4 or 5 games, I think. They swept them, and they went on to win 90 or 91 games. I can't remember what it was, but they won the division in 87. All from 53-55. They got super hot. They made some, but if you remember that season, Bob Quinn made some great deals at the trade deadline or even before. He didn't sit around. That was the big year. That was that big 7-player blockbuster with Dave Dravecky and Kevin Mitchell and Craig Lefferts coming to the Giants and Chris Brown and
Mark Grant and
Mark Grant and some of those guys going to the Padres. But it wasn't just that trade. It was a few more. It was Rick Russell coming in. It was Bedrosian. He remade that team. I want to see some of that boldness happen with the Giants.
So the Giants have claimed outfielder Derek Hill from Texas. He's, as Alex Pavlovich says, he hits right-handed, a spot currently occupied by Luis Matos. He was recently DFA'd by the Rangers. Derek Hill is now a member of the Giants. So that's kind of what I said. They need that right-handed bat. Now, who is Derek Hill? That's a good question. Do you know anything about him?
Let me pull him up here. Derek Hill, and he was with Texas.
Yep. And he is, as we're talking, he's 28. He's got a year service time. And this year at Texas, 16 games, 45 plate appearances, 43 at-bats, 11 hits.
I got it right up there now on the screen.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Okay, so that's his 24 season. On base of only 289. That's not very good. Let's take a look at his career, what he's got. Okay, so he spent last year with Washington, got 47 at-bats, hit 170. The year before he was with Detroit, 83 at-bats, hit 229. Really not much power. He's got a lifetime in 5 years of 349 plate appearances, 323 at-bats, 75 hits, 7 home runs, struck out almost a third of the time, 101 times, 232 batting average. Kind of sounds like a Farhan special to me.
Exactly. And Farhan and I talked about it, said, you can't really do window dressing. If you're going to make a move, you got to make a move. So who knows what they're thinking about? But this is probably in Matos' spot. I assume Matos will be sent out.
Sounds like it. But it's just, I asked this question of my chat the last couple nights, and this is, I think Farhan's a wonderful man. Seems like a really nice guy. I just haven't been impressed with the job he's done as a president of baseball operations.
And Bill Parcells said it. You are what your record is.
Yeah.
So leave it at that. His record is what it is.
So my question is, name one impact player that he's traded for or even drafted. I mean, Bailey's good, but one guy that you just go, wow, we got ourselves a future star player and a perennial all-star. Who's that one player in 5.5 years that has come up that who's that Ellie Dela Cruz? Who's that Ronald Acuna? Who's that? Even a Riley Green for Detroit. I mean, he's not spectacular, but we don't even have anything of that level. And the guy that was our best player, Farhan, basically looked like he just wanted to move off of him in Elliot Ramos. He was the first guy sent down in spring training. And yet, how does a guy that's in charge of baseball operations not recognize at least the tools and give him a chance? I'm not saying we said Ramos deserves a chance. We don't know if he's going to make it, but he's got the tools. He looks like Willie Mays. Play the kid and see what he's got. And we're not saying he's Willie Mays. He's never going to be that, but he has the tools. He has the makeup. I mean, Elliot Ramos to me has the closest thing on the Giants to 5 complete tools.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. And yet they were not even going to play him. He would have never been an all-star this year if it wasn't for the injuries to Lee.
Farhan is in the gap. They made the change from Brian Sabian to the modern world, and he was the choice to do it. It wasn't wrong to make that choice to get into the modern world. They did it, and it just has not worked out great. And this year, it looked like it'd be a little bit better, and there's been some tough baseball things happen, and guys have not achieved. But it is July, and who knows? As I said, you got to pitch, and they have a rotation. They got a bullpen. Now is the time to step up and do the things you just said. Be bold. Do something now that creates a little bit of excitement for your ball club, and see if you can't make it happen. Let's see.
Yeah.
I would not wait around. That's my point. Do not wait around.
And, if it's a 53 and 55, if they get to that record was stamped in my brain in 1987.
That's as 2/3 of the season. That's 108 games is 2/3.
Yeah, 53 and 55. I was just shy of turning.
You'd like to have
27.
You'd like to have 58 wins.
Yeah.
By that point, it's not going to happen. But you'd like to get in those high 50s at the 2/3 mark.
Right.
54 would just be playing 500. And,
right.
and it doesn't look like they're going to get to 54 at the 108 mark.
Yes.
They got a long way to go, but it's fun. They pitch. That game last night, you're on the edge of your seat. And a couple of bad plays. Glenn Kuiper said this on the show. Watch the defense. There's always one defensive play that determines a game, good or bad. And Fitzgerald made the great play up the middle. They saved the game at that point. But then, Rodriguez gave up the base hit, and that was that.
Yeah, they play these tight games a lot with the Dodgers. It'll be interesting tonight, and
it always is.
Yeah. Well, Marty, it's been great having you. We're going to have to get you possibly back on, maybe right before the trade deadline, and see if maybe we'll have something to talk about. That maybe the Giants Farhan will have made a move. Today's Tuesday, so the deadline's a week from today. Well, the deadline's over a week from today.
Well, Derek Hill. Just the beginning.
Just the beginning. Somebody's going to make a move today or tomorrow that's going to.
I like Finnegan. They get Finnegan.
Somebody's going to make a move, though, in Major League Baseball that's going to preempt this stalemate of waiting till the day of the deadline when a lot of things happen. I don't know if it's Andropoulos at Atlanta. If he makes a move, I think, a good shot would be for Atlanta. I think a good trade would be to make a move for a Michael Conforto or a Yaz or something along those lines, because they need an outfielder. They've lost so many guys, and maybe Estrada. Maybe Estrada's a candidate with Albies going out.
Sure. I think you're right.
Maybe you can get something there.
Cardinals 1-0 on the Pirates in the bottom of the 7th. Cardinals have 2 hits, one of which is an Arenado home run. So they're 1-0 on Skeens.
Wow.
In the bottom of the 7th. The Marlins beating the Orioles. Padres 3-0 on the Nationals, which is probably good because the Nationals will, be forced to sell.
Right.
The Yankees 1-0 on the Mets at the end of 4. Phillies Twins no score. Rangers 2-0 on the White Sox. Diamondbacks 1-0 on the Royals in the first. So that's what we got on the scoreboard so far. So it's like this every night. One night it's the Cardinals,
Yeah.
the Cubs. This is crazy, but it's going to keep your interest. Well, while Larry Krueger is screaming about Brock Purdy and Ayuk, we're going to have this wild pennant race all the way.
There we go. There we go. Well, it's been great having you tonight. I know we're just coming on before the game, and so this was pre-recorded.
When are you going to play?
Final thought on tonight's
game, Dan?
What's that?
What time is this on?
10 o'clock.
This will be on at 10 o'clock. Okay.
10 o'clock.
All right. All right. Let's enjoy the game.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Giants win, but I'm picking these guys just based on what I've been watching, and the Dodgers seem to get in this groove at least once a year where they have a homestand where they almost go undefeated.
Well, up and down.
Yeah.
Season, up and down. Giants are, at that point now, they're win, lose. Maybe they'll string 3 together. Get some good pitching. Just get out of LA with a split and then take your 3 out of 4 from Colorado, split with the A's, and move on.
There we go. And that would be the recipe for success moving forward.
Stay in the thing.
Yeah, it would be fun if they start playing well. I would love to see them start playing well. I just don't want to see a season that ends at 82 and 80 and they fall short again and we bring it back and do the same, run it back in 25 with the same thing.
They got a rotation coming back next year.
Yeah.
Have this year. The rotation coming out of spring training was not.
The only problem I see, though, is if Snell has a great second half and has Cy Young type second half that he has, if he pitches like he has the last few games, he's going to opt out because he's going to be so valued because people are going to see.
But look, he came off the Cy Young. Nobody wanted him.
Well, I think.
How about now? Yeah. He comes off this thing. Who's going to invest $100 million in him?
Yeah, I think you would if 3 years, maybe.
He may be able to get 2 at 50. Like he'll get an extra year.
Yeah.
Instead of just having 30 in the bank, they'll have an extra 25 or 30 for the next year. But same thing with Chapman. No one's. These guys couldn't get contracts last year.
True. That's why they may opt in because they don't want to get set out on the side. They don't want to get Brandon belted.
This rotation, if this stays the way it is, and it goes into next year with this rotation and this bullpen, I like it.
Okay, good. We'll end on a good note, positive note.
I like it.
Thank you, Marty. Great to have you.
All right.
We'll be back after this was, again, pre-recorded. We'll be back tomorrow night after the Giants-Dodgers Game 3 with tomorrow night will be the debut of Robbie Ray. And so that'll be exciting. So we'll be back to talk about that tomorrow night, right after the Giants-Dodgers Game 3. Everybody, have a great night. Thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow night.